Hey guys, my name is Lienwrath, and today I'm going to be teaching you about Stash Tab Affinities. Tab Affinities were just added in the patch today, and it is going to make sorting your stash tab much easier. As you can see, I'm on a standard account, just because I don't have this set up. On League, I already went through to set up all my folders, so I figured this would be easier, an easier way to showcase how you go about doing this. So the first thing you can see is in the top right corner here. This is where you're going to be able to hide your remove only stash tabs. We're going to click that, make it a little bit easier to navigate. You have enable tab affinities. This is enabled by default. If for some reason you don't like this feature, you can click up here, toggle it off, and then when you control click an item, it's going to go into whatever your current tab is, regardless of what type of item it is. Affinity auto navigation, as far as I know, I think this just means that whenever you deposit an item into your stash and it's an affinity item, say it's currency, you control click an item that's currency, it's going to navigate you to the currency tab and show you where it's putting it. It's going to be annoying to a lot of people, but if you if you want confirmation on where your stuff is going, that's probably a good one to check. I want to turn it off for now. So to get into it, here's what we're going to do. You just go to whatever tab you want to set up affinities for, you right click. It's going to be just like if you were to make your tab public, change your colors, whatever it's going to be under those premium features. So as you can see, for specialty tabs, or currency tabs, metamorph tabs, essence tabs, whatnot, there's only going to be one option. So for my currency tab, I go down here, click affinities, and confirm. You can see there's an icon up here now. That kind of hourglass looking icon lets you know that there's an affinity for that tab. So I've got that one set up. I'm going to go ahead and set up the rest of them just so you can kind of see. And you can see I have a super dirty inventory over here. I'm going to clean that up in a second. We're going to go to my maps tab, click on affinities, fragment tab over here. Okay. So that should be all of my unique tabs, all my specialty tabs, right? Also going to go over here to, let's see, to loot 2. I want to mark this as a unique tab. I don't have a unique stash tab, but whenever I control click a unique item, I want it to go into a tab. So just pretend if this is your account, this is your dump tab, where you're throwing everything after a run anyway. Or it can be a special tab, complete with uniques that you want to sell for shards or something later. Alright, so we have all of our affinities set up. What we're going to do from here is we're going to go back to our loot tabs. I'm going to go to the one that doesn't have an affinity on it, so you can see how it works. You can see I have a dirty stash tab over here. Let's go ahead and turn on that auto navigation. We're going to be able to see where the stuff is going in real time. So Agnorod, since it's a unique, it takes us to the loot 2 tab. It's going to be where all of your unique items that you control click into your stash goes. So yeah, Shaper Scarab goes in the fragment tab. Divine Orb goes in the currency tab. So on and so on and so on. You just click it down. Automatically going to put stuff exactly where you want it to go. If you don't like your tab being manipulated that way, personally I don't, I would turn auto navigation off. So now you can click onto your main loot tab, your dump tab if you will. You just go down the line. As you can see, it's still getting deposited into your inventory and to your stash, but it's not moving your tab where your items are going. Certain things don't have an affinity right now, like incubators. Those are going to go into your dump tab. Scarabs go into the fragment tab, divination cards in the divination tab, maps into the map tab. Okay, so my bone crypt map isn't being automatically distributed because this is standard. And of course, with standard, maps have different sets every league. This isn't going to work properly. So I'm just going to throw it in my dump tab. So keep going down the line. Currency, frag, currency, currency, currency. Flask doesn't have an affinity. It's going to go into your dump tab. So with that, you guys kind of get the idea. that is a quick rundown on how you set up Stash Tab Affinities. If you're using specialty tabs, it's going to be super easy. It's going to be a matter of, you know, right-clicking on the tab, clicking the affinity, confirming your choice, doing that for all of your specialty tabs. You can also do this with the unique tab, which I don't have. Or if you don't have a unique tab like me, pick any tab. Any tab, go down here, click unique, and you can do this with any of them. Don't have a map tab? This is your map tab. Every time you control click an item into your stash, it's going to go to this specific tab. One thing you can't do though, if you'll notice, I have this marked as map tab. If I go back to my actual specialty tab, this is unclicked. You can't have Stash Affinities set up for multiple tabs at the same time. It's one or none, which kind of limits how useful this is for non-specialty tabs. As you can imagine, if you say you set up a normal stash tab for uniques, that's going to fill up real quick, and then you're going to have to go change your affinity. It's going to turn into a little bit of a pain. So in a subtle way, they're kind of pushing you towards specialty tabs. But for stuff like currency tabs, essence tabs, divination card tabs, you are never, ever, ever going to have to touch this once you have it set up once. So it's a really nice system. In the same patch, they also added stash folders. This works exactly like you think it would. So you go over to, say, I have a bunch of these numbered as basic tabs. I do create new folder. I name it whatever I want. Call it random junk. Now you can see I have one tab within this folder. Simple as dragging other tabs into that folder. See, now I have all my random junk, well, most of my random junk, find into this folder to make it so this top layer is nice and organized. Currently, you can't change the color of your stash folders. I don't like that. Hopefully that's functionality they add later. I know they were kind of pressured to get this out after promising it weeks ago. So hopefully we get some customization options and they expand on the features. But for now, I just wanted to put out a video, let you guys know how to use the new stash affinities and folders. This is going to help you a whole lot going forward. It's going to minimize your need for dump tabs. As mentioned earlier, you're still going to need them just because of not everything is covered. Incubators, veiled item, flasks, whatever, gems. They don't have affinities. Those are still going to need to go into dump tabs, but it's going to severely limit the amount of organizing you need to do in your stash tab. So with that, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time. Hopefully this helps you out. Increases your efficiency. If it does, make sure to leave a like. Let me know down below if you like this guide, if you want to see another one, just whatever you got for me. Have yourselves a good one. I'll see you in the next video.